Hello, everyone. Welcome to Durrett's Take. Happy Thursday to you. Let's get started. So, since with the new NFL weekend, it means new NFL predictions by me. So, let's just dive right into them. The first game is Carolina 2-0 versus Houston 1-1, and Carolina's favored by 7.5 points on the road. Like I said before, I have been very impressed with how competitive Houston has looked so far this season. Despite being at home here, though, I think there's a reason why Carolina is favored by a lot. And it basically comes down to quarterback Tyrod Taylor being out, and I don't trust a rookie making his first start with the weapons that he has and a rookie head coach to get the job done, especially since Carolina has shown to be a great defense. And I feel like Carolina would just win and take over here, have them winning by 2 touchdowns, 27-13. Okay, Sunday. New Orleans 1-1 versus New England 1-1. New England's favored by 3 at home. I know the Saints have some injuries to deal with, and they had some assistants out last week with COVID. I understand all that. But a bunch of teams are dealing with other excuses. So there's only so much excuses you can kind of throw out the window. For example, Ravens lost all the running backs. No problem. They still were able to beat the Chiefs. Cowboys lost a bunch of injuries. No problem. They're still able to beat the Chargers. Stuff like that. I mean, you just got to overcome that. And Winston was not good about him. So he reverted back to his old ways against the Panthers. And I doubt that would change against Bill Belichick. So I expect this to be a very low-scoring game because I think both offenses will struggle. But I think the Saints' offense will struggle more considering how great New England is on defense. So I give New England the win here 17-6. Washington versus Buffalo. Each team 1-1. Buffalo's favored by 8.5 at home. I know Buffalo has looked off on offense to kind of begin the season. Not sure what it is. Not sure it's just chemistry issues with adding Emmanuel Sanders, or they didn't get much work done in the offseason. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like over time that'll figure itself out. The Bills catch a break here facing Heineke and a bad Washington O-line, so I feel like the defense for the Bills will once again carry them like they did against Miami. And I have Buffalo winning here 24-9. Chicago, Cleveland are 1-1. Cleveland's favored by 7 at home. One thing Justin Fields, who will be making his first start, needs to know on the Browns is this. He better throw quick passes and escape the pocket as quickly as possible. Because with Clowney and Myles Garrett coming at you, you're going to be in for a rude awakening if you just chill in that pocket with your bad Chicago O-line. So that's something you got to do, especially since the Browns secondary so far this season have shows they could be exposed. So if you just do quick passes of like involving your wide receivers or your running backs against their secondary players, then maybe that could favor you there. And also, if Mayfield is not 100%, that changes things because he did have his shoulder pop out and pop back in. But if he is near 100%, then I expect the home of the Browns to take care of business here and have the Browns win by touchdown, 21-14. Baltimore 1-1 versus Detroit 0-2. Baltimore's favored by 8.5 on the road. Baltimore gets a very nice break here. They play against a team who's not very good at stopping the run, which that's what Baltimore loves to do. So not only are the Ravens running backs should get their moolah basically, but then also Lamar should have a field day for himself. I think once again the Lions can make it close for a half, but the Ravens will cruise to victory in the second half, either winning 38-16. Indianapolis 0-2 versus Tennessee 1-1. Tennessee's favored by 5. I think whether Carson Wentz plays or not, Tennessee wins this game. Tennessee's figured out some things offensively against the Seahawks team on the road, which can help their confidence. But not only that, let's say even if Carson Wentz plays, having high ankle sprains of both your ankles, I doubt if you do play, you're definitely not going to be 100%. You're going to be limited, and that's going to be something for even a bad Tennessee defense to kind of expose there. And then obviously, if Jacob Eason has to start, not having confidence in him at all. So I have Tennessee winning by a couple possessions, 28-10. LA Chargers versus Kansas City, 1-1. Kansas City's favored by 6.5 at home. Now we get ourselves an interesting game here because a lot of games on paper haven't been that interesting, but this one's pretty interesting. The Chargers have a good pass defense, and the Chiefs love to pass the ball. So it'll be interesting to see which one wins that battle. I know Justin Herbert can do fine against the Chiefs defense. I think what will happen, and what happened last time the Chargers lost to the Chiefs, that they'll kind of control the whole entire game, but the Chiefs will deliver yet again another fourth quarter magic to deliver a home victory and survive a close one against the Chargers. I have Kansas City winning by just 1 point, 28-27. Atlanta versus New York Giants 0-2. Giants are favored by 3 at home. If you're the Giants here at home, you got to get this win here against a bad Atlanta defense in order to potentially save your season, if it can be saved. I'm not sure if it can at this point, but you never know. I think since the Giants scored a lot of points against a good Washington defense on the road, they should be able to take that into this game and kind of take care of business against a bad Atlanta team. Could be close, at the half a course, but I think the Giants will pull away for a victory here. I have them winning by 2 touchdowns, 31-16. Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. Both teams 1-1. Pittsburgh's favored by 3.5. Now this is another interesting battle here. Pittsburgh's only a 3.5 favorite despite Cincy's battle line. Why? Well, they're worried with T.J. Watt being out with a groin injury, having 2 other defense stars out, and the big man having a groin injury, or pectoral injury, whatever, not being 100%. So all those things combined makes the Sharps in Vegas very nervous for Steelers here. And since he doesn't have to worry about a run game, because the Steelers can't run, so they can just force everything and hopefully play. The secondary could play good enough to prevent Claypool and Juju from going off basically. I'm still gonna take Pittsburgh here at home barely, but again I could definitely see Cincy getting the upset here like Vegas did, and it wouldn't surprise me since he does with all the injuries going on in Pittsburgh. My final score is Pittsburgh 19, Cincinnati 16. Arizona 2-0 versus Jacksonville 0-2. Arizona's favored by 7.5. Honestly, the only thing surprising here is that the line is not favored by a lot more. I feel like that line should be in double digits, but not much to discuss here. Arizona will get the easy W against a bad Jacksonville team. I have them winning 42-14. The New York Jets 0-2 versus Denver 2-0. Denver's favored by 10.5, which is the largest favorite of the week. While Belichick's the best defensive coach ever, Fangio is a good defensive minded presence himself. So I think while Zach Wilson will learn from the mistakes against the Patriots, Denver's not the team to try to show that improvement against my opinion. Also, even though the Jets say it's a minor groin injury, no cause for concern, that type of injury concerns me. So if Zach Wilson gets hit wrong, then doomsday scenario for the Jets. But either way, I have Broncos getting the easy win here. They win by 17, 27-10. Miami 1-1 versus Las Vegas 2-0. Vegas favored by 3.5. Again, this one could be interesting. Depends. If for some reason Derek Carr can't play because he's not 100%, then I think it could be a close game. Miami gets the upset here. But despite not having to, but if Carr's well enough and plays, I think Raiders win here easily. Because I don't think Brissett versus Carr, I think it's a mismatch there. So I've Vegas winning 23-9. Tampa Bay versus LA Rams, the battle of undefeateds here, and Tampa Bay's favored by 1, which at the beginning of the week was Rams by 1, so it's basically saying it's a coin flip for this game, is what Vegas is telling you here. But before the Rams running back injury issues, I felt like this would be the NFC title matchup here. I mean, it still can, but I doubt it. We'll see. But the Rams can fling that ball around, and one of the areas of weakness with this Bucs team is their secondary, all the injuries they've suffered there. And also, while the Bucs have plenty of weapons, AB's on the COVID list and appears to be out. So that means, Jalen Ramsey can lock on to Tyreek Evans. And as long as they can have someone to defend Gronk, or Godwin, mainly Gronk, though, because he's been going off so far this season, then they have a good shot to get the upset here. And since it's LA, I predict that the Rams will actually do get the upset here and have them winning by 2, 30-28. Seattle 1-1 versus Minnesota 0-2. Seattle's favored by 2 on the road. Since Seattle got embarrassed last week, both teams did, frankly, but Seattle has the higher expectations for that game. Since Seattle got embarrassed after blowing that 14-point lead in the second half, I feel they'll come out fired up and pour it on bad Minnesota defense. Now, since Minnesota can score and the Seahawks defense showed last week that their unit is suspect, I think it'll be a closer game than it should. That's why the line, I feel like it's only 2 here for Seattle, because they know these teams have always kind of been to close battles every single year, no matter who's better. And with that bad Seattle defense and Minnesota's offense, it should be a shootout. I have Seattle surviving here on the road, though, 30-27. Green Bay 1-1 versus San Francisco 2-0. San Francisco's favored by 3.5 at home. A lot of people saying Green Bay is fine after their win against Detroit on Monday Night Football. I say not so fast. The Packers' defense is not good. That's still an issue. I know the 49ers have running back injuries, but if Elijah Mitchell, the rookie, can stay healthy, then I feel like they can run the ball without much pressure, and then without the D-line, making the defense uncomfortable, basically, like they didn't make Goff and uncomfortable in the first half, and then Jimmy G could perform just fine. And then with the 49ers defense, I feel like that D-line can exploit a young Packers O-line there. So I think it'll be close, but I think the 49ers will eventually get the win here once again. I have them winning 28-20. And then for Monday Night Football, you have Philadelphia and Dallas 1-1. Dallas favored by 4 at home. Big rivalry game on Monday Night Football in Jerry World. Jalen Hurts struggled against the Cowboys last season, but obviously different circumstances this year, so you can't really take in too much into account from what happened last year. I think in all rivalry games, Hurts and Philly can put up a fight, and I think they'll definitely give Dallas a scare at home. But I feel like Dak Prescott will make the clutch plays here to get the W. So I have Dallas winning by 4, 24-20. And then also, here are my 3 Vegas lines now going to college football that I disagree with. Remember, if you decide to take my advice and then you didn't win your bet and lose, don't blame it on me. But here we go. So the big game, obviously, is 12 Notre Dame, 3-0 versus 18 Wisconsin, 1-1. So Wisconsin's favored by 6 here, and even though I picked Wisconsin to win this game, according to me, I think 6 points is kind of too much to be a favorite against a good coach, good culture, good team there. Despite the game being in Madison, Wisconsin. Like I said, I don't think Notre Dame wins, but I feel like they should be able to cover the 6 points. So I would, so if you're bet, I'll get Notre Dame there in the points. So you got West Virginia 2-1 versus 4, Oklahoma 3-0. Oklahoma's at 16.5. I was surprised that this line was big. Yes, I know the game's in Norman, but that hasn't mattered this year. They struggled against Tulane at home, and then last week they struggled against Nebraska at home. So I think the Sooners will once again, I think they can win once again. But the problem is by 3 possessions, it's like I just don't see that. So clear to take West Virginia in the points there. 25 Kansas State 3-0 versus Oklahoma State 3-0. Oklahoma State at home favored by 6.5. I mean, this game for me is literally a coin flip, despite being at Oklahoma State. I mean, Kansas State lost their starting quarterback for the year, but their backup got a lot of experience last year. Plus, Kansas State in recent memory has given Oklahoma State fits. And then also this year, Oklahoma State's offenses look pathetic, and they have to win defensive battles to get a W. Since Kansas State is a run-heavy offense, I think Oklahoma State can contain that enough to squeak out a win barely. Although I will admit I could totally be wrong here. But a 6-point favorite is just a lot there, so definitely take Kansas State the points there, not the downright upset. So thank you very much for listening to my podcast today. Please subscribe to my channel and tell me about me. Thank you very much, and y'all have a wonderful day.